Good morning, Suzanne Henwood here from Embraining for Success. Do you ever get those times where Facebook seems to talk to you, where there are just numerous posts comes in on the same day, and you just feel like there's a message that needs to be shared or given, or a tool to be shared to help someone with what's coming up? And today, from one particular person, I had 4 posts in a row that just really resonated with me. I could feel them talking to me personally, and something that I had been kind of struggling with, but yeah, just learning to change my reaction to over the last few months. And I wrote a post about it this morning on my Facebook post, and then I thought, do you know what? Some people might actually like to come back to this. And if I put it on my YouTube channel, then it'll be easier for you to find. And also, it's sometimes easier to be spoken through a technique rather than reading it and doing it for yourself. So this is a technique that actually came in response to a post that said, and let me read it out to you. No matter what you do in life, half the people will like it and the other half won't. So if you're trying to get everyone to approve of what you do, then you are already destined to be miserable. And the post was a quote by Wayne Dyer. And I really started going into a thought process around that. How often do we have 1, 2, 3, or a small group of people who appear to just want to make our life miserable? Either they want something we've got, or they want us not to have it, or they just really have some beef that they want to play out and let you know in no uncertain terms that either you're too much or you're not enough. What you do is wrong, how you do it's wrong. Have you ever experienced that? A lot of my clients come with issues around, related to one person or a group of people, especially people in the workplace. We see this a lot through bullying and through mobbing, through a group of people having a particular, very focused, fixed story about who you are or what you do or what you mean or what it must mean underneath without having checked out with you. And then they create a whole story around it that justifies their behaviors. Now, of course, we know that it can be incredibly destructive, that while you might think cutting somebody off or isolating them, unfriending them, telling them you don't want your name associated with them, you might think that that's nothing. It's your choice, and it is your choice. But of course, all choices come with consequences. And what we know from the research is that for the person on the receiving end of that, it's the most damaging form of psychological harm from bullying that there can be. And it made me think, why is this? Why, when 1 or 2 people are causing trouble, do we not think of the 7+ billion people on the planet who actually really either don't know us at all and have no opinion, or love what we do and give us constant feedback of how inspiring we are, how amazing we are, what a difference we've made? And yet one person says something frankly quite nasty and unkind, and you focus on that and you take it in as if it is half of the people. Even the quote says half will like you, half won't. That's not true. Most will like you. 1 or 2 may not, and that's absolutely okay. So where does that come from? And if we look at neurology and neuroscience, we know that it becomes part of our system because we're negatively wired as human beings. It's just a fact. We are. And we will focus on the negatives because it's a protective mechanism. If someone does something good for us or says how wonderful we are, it's nice, feels good for a moment, but it's not a life threat. It's not a life impact for us. But if there's a risk, a danger, then we need to know about that, and we need to know fast so we can take action and keep ourselves safe. And when we lived in smaller groups, around 75, 80 on the savannas, and if somebody got cut out of the tribe, people stopped talking to them, they asked them to move out, they set them aside, whatever word you want to use, that person was at real risk. That person really was at risk of dying because we need to be together, to belong, to survive. And we certainly did back in those days. We still really need connection and belonging now, but maybe not so much as a direct life threat as it was then. But our nervous systems still respond as if it's a life threat, that when we're isolated and cut off, ostracized, we perceive it as a real threat and our body acts and responds accordingly. It will change our behaviors. It will change what we say to ourselves and outside. It will change how we feel. It will impact on our values, and it will absolutely fire up our alert and safety system. So the first thing to say to you is, if you're experiencing one or two people getting under your skin, upsetting you, that you perceive they're trying to harm you in any way, shape or form, or just ignore you, just be nasty, then know that your body is reacting in the most normal way. So be kind to your body. It's protecting you. It's just sending you out a little smoke signal to let you know that you need to be aware of something. And know that if you're tempted to do this to someone else, it is the ultimate act of bullying. It might look less painful and less severe than slapping someone around the face, but actually the psychological harm is way worse. And people choose to do it. It's amazing, really, what we do to other human beings. Okay, so why am I on here today? I wanted to create, and I have created this morning, a little tool bringing together some of the many tools in my box, from N-braming to havening to NLP to ACT, you name it. I've woven this into a beautiful, simple little 9-step process so that you can take back control and not let 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe even 5 people get under your skin, get inside your head, get inside your heart, and take back control. As we like to say in N-braining, you be the one driving your own bus. So if you're interested, just put anything down that you're holding, listen in, follow through the instructions, and then let me know. How did it work for you? This is something I've been using over the last couple of months, and it's been amazingly powerful, and I've built the tool up as I've gone to suit me. And you can leave bits out. If there's a bit you don't like, just leave that bit out. But for me, working through this 9-step process has been amazingly powerful to get me back in control of driving my bus and not responding to a minor number of people who are not that important, who I don't particularly trust, and who I don't value their opinion of. So why would I ever let it inside? Okay, number 1, be aware. The first thing is about awarenessing. If you're not aware, you can't respond differently and you can't change your behaviors. So recognize what's happening, and ideally, the sooner you recognize it, the better. The minute that triggers in you, be aware and acknowledge it and name it. Maybe you might want to say, that's just that person. That's just those people. I don't even really care what they think. So acknowledge it, name it for what it is, say it out loud, and be really aware in your head of any phrases that in the past you would have said before learning this tool. Sorts of things I hear my clients talk to me about. No one likes me. Everyone again is against me. Recognize it is just your body sending you a little warning signal, like setting off a smoke alarm inside of you. And those words, if you let them take hold, will become your beliefs, and you will act as if that's true. And then you will start to see behaviors that support those beliefs. That's what we do as human beings. So be aware, recognize it, and name it for what it is. It is just an alert system. Fantastic. Number 2, you're going to create an intention. Now, your intention is, as early as you can, after that first alarm goes off, that you are going to respond differently. You're making a choice, basically. It's not a one-off. It doesn't necessarily work the first time you do it, but the more you do it, the more your body will learn a new way, have a new neural network in place. We know about neural plasticity, and you will be able to create a different way of responding that becomes your normal, becomes the easy go-to route. Now, it might be, depending on the circumstances you're in, that it's worth just doing a quick check-in when you're aware that this is being triggered, that there is no actual harm or risk. We're talking life and death risk, not harm in terms of reputation or hurt feelings. If there is a real risk, act on that risk and get yourself safe. Number 1. But I'm going to assume that for most people, there's no physical risk for what we're talking about here. It's just somebody being nasty or unkind, basically. So what I want you to do is just create a pause, and you can do that by having a button in your head that you press. You could even say stop and clap your hands, whatever it is for you, but just enough to interrupt going into the old way of responding. And then you're going to create an intention of how you want to respond instead. So number 1, be aware, acknowledge it and name it. Number 2, make a decision to behave differently, to respond differently. Number 3, it's like having your own little cheerleader, supporter, encourager in your head that is going to give you all the strength and power that you need to take action. So it's about creating a little saying that gives you back that choice, that gives you the sense that you're not going to allow it this time. Enough is enough. A simple saying, one that you're going to remember, one that is natural, your words, your way of speaking, so it's real to you. Examples might be like the ones I've already given, or not this time, never again, you're not that important, or I'm not letting you get under my skin again. So just choose a phrase, maybe even write it out as you're listening in. If you haven't got a pen and paper, pause this video and come back to it. And just write out a phrase that you can use, that when you've been aware, you've made your intention, then you're going to say this statement out loud with absolute conviction that will then change how you breathe next. Okay, number 4, we're going to do 5 long, audible out breaths. Slow breathing right from your belly, blowing everything out as if you're blowing it out through a straw, so there's some resistance. So you might go, that's 1. Not so it's horribly uncomfortable, but as long an out breath as you can do without causing you any discomfort. And again, a breath in and then a long out breath. Fantastic. It's ever so simple. 5 of those. And what I want you to do as you're blowing out is imagine that anything that is inside of you that is unhelpful, unresourceful, negative, maybe it's not even yours to have or to hold, I want you to blow that out as if it's blowing out through the straw and as far away from you as you can possibly blow it with that out breath. So just 5 of those, with that beautiful imagination running of blowing out anything that's not useful, not yours, no longer wanted, no longer required. Fantastic. Now, for most people, that will have got rid of everything, but your body, if it hasn't fully processed all of that negativity that it kind of felt, the hurt, the threat, the whatever it was that it brought up in you, you might find you've still got a little bit of it in your body. And so what I want you to do is just to shake it out. And you might shake from your hands, then your arms, you might even get on your feet. You can see my whole body's moving, and you are going to just shake it out for as long as it feels, imagining again that you're shaking it off like drops of water, every little bit of negativity, unresourceful feeling, energy, emotion that was never yours, it was never true, it was never kind. You're just going to shake it off. If you laugh, that's great. If you want to do it in private behind a closed door, that's fine. Just a couple of minutes until your body knows that it's completely shaked it out. And if you want to make a noise while you're doing it, that's absolutely fine as well. Just trust your body, let your body speak to you, and let your body shake that out. And then take a nice calming breath. And I want you to step into being your own best cheerleader. So we're on number 6. I want you to create a simple phrase of encouragement for yourself. Maybe it's something like, I've got this. I can do this. I can choose how I respond. I am worth so much more. Whatever it is, again, in your words, your tonality, but real, convincing. And I want you to stand up tall and say that out loud 10 times while just rubbing the palms of your hands together. So I don't want to stand outside the camera range. You can just about still see me. I am worth so much more. I am worth so much more. I am worth so much more. And can you see how each time I'm saying it, I'm changing the emphasis? Trust your body as it says it out loud. Is the emphasis on I am worth so much more. I am worth so much more. Wherever you want to put that emphasis, whatever feels right, and just do the speed of your hands and the pressure on your hands that feels beautiful. And some people describe it like a warm hug. What it does is releases these beautiful chemicals in your body like oxytocin, serotonin, and GABA, dopamine. So 10 times out loud, you can do more if you want to, but at least 10 times of you giving yourself that support and believing it. You can vary, if you like, where the voice comes from. Maybe initially it's a head voice, it's a factual knowing. Maybe the next few come from your heart. You're feeling it. What would it feel like to know that? And then the last few maybe come from your gut. What would it like to be that, to truly believe that's who you were, your identity? And then maybe one at the end where you imagine your head, your heart, and gut like this beautiful orchestra or harmony singing together, saying, I am worth so much more, so that you truly believe it. Beautiful. And then I think the next one's going to come naturally. Number 7 is smile. But we're going to play with the smile a little bit. So we are going to smile initially with the mouth. And as I say, I suspect it will be beginning to happen as you flood your body with those beautiful chemicals. But you're going to smile with the mouth. You're going to notice the muscles changing in your cheeks so that your lips turn upwards. You're going to then notice the movement around the eyes as your muscles around the eyes smile as well. And it's a true, deep, genuine smile, healing smile, because you are worth so much more. Then I want you to imagine that you can spread that smile almost cell by cell, layer by layer. So it starts to go right back over your head and changes everything inside about the pictures you're seeing, the words you're saying. Around your ears, what you're hearing will change. Down your neck, across the back of your shoulders, relaxing all those muscles, right down into your chest cavity. Just invite your heart to pick up this beautiful smile and then start to spread it and pump it around your body. And it's going to go right around your body really quickly now because the heart's pumping the blood there. It's going to go right the way down your arms, down your legs, deep down into your abdomen, your pelvis, and just notice inside. Maybe close your eyes and feel inside. What does that feel like with your whole body smiling? And notice what you notice. Maybe there's a relaxation. Maybe there's a tingling. Maybe there's a warmth. Maybe you notice when you open your eyes that you see things in a different way with more color, more vibrancy, that you are more vitally alive and aware. Just be aware. Whatever you notice is absolutely fine. And then this one will be easy to do now because you've already let go of it and you've changed and you know this was never anything about you. It was their behavior. So we're going to wish them well. We don't want to hold on to any of that negativity. We're going to wish them well. So we're going to take our attention back to our heart space and maybe even do a little bit of loving kindness meditation. May they be happy. May they find a way to be peaceful in themselves and not have to do this sort of behavior. May they be well, may they be safe, may they be loved, whatever it is that you want to say. And as you're saying it to them, know that you're also saying it to you. May I be happy, may I be well, may I be healthy, may I be safe, may I be loved. Whatever those phrases are, just say them for them and for you. For some people, you might actually want to let them go, that maybe this is a pattern, it's been there a long time. And actually you've decided enough is enough. That's okay, just energetically wish them well, see them walking away, wave, wishing them well. Pray that they will find peace in their way. And if it's somebody who actually you still want to resolve things with, you want to be able to have a relationship with, just place them in exactly the right place for you so that you know you can come back and keep doing that loving kindness meditation for them and on them, in the hope that over time, maybe they will see you differently, let go of their old stories. But it's kind of non-attachment. It's there, but you know, you're not going to put too much emphasis on it on a day-by-day basis. Beautiful. Wish them well. And number 9, I don't know if you realize what an awesome job you've just done for yourself and what a difference that will make for you and for others. But I want you just to take a moment to truly, deeply appreciate yourself for doing this work. Maybe just go into your heart and your belly, hand on each, and say thank you. It's an amazing body that was keeping you safe, alerting you. And now it can do that in a different way. It can keep you safe and keep you calm. It can protect you from that old hurt. And you see it just for what it is, something out there. It was never for you or of you. Whatever is going on in those other people, it has nothing to do with you. Wish them well. Just thank yourself that you can see that now. If you have a faith structure, maybe you like to pray that they will resolve it for themselves. But right here, right now, just thank your body and yourself and all of who you are for breaking the pattern. Because you're going to feel so much better for doing so. And things will change around you. That's not why you're doing it. But inevitably, as you change, things will change around you as well. So I hope you found that helpful. I'll just go through the steps again, just as a reminder. And I may just write a final screen on this that's got the steps there for you. Number 1, be aware. Be aware, acknowledge, and name what's going on. Be realistic. Number 2, create an intention to have a different way forward and press that pause or stop button so that you can make a choice. Number 3, encourage yourself to take action. Maybe it's a phrase like, no, you're not that important. I'm going to do this instead. Saying it out loud with conviction that sets you on that new trajectory. Number 4, 5 long out breaths, blowing away any negativity or anything that's not yours to hold as if through a straw. Number 5, shake it out. Just shake it out of your body. Let it go completely. Number 6, bit of internal cheerleading and encouragement. I am worth so much more than this. 10 times, repeat it out loud, standing tall with conviction, with this beautiful release of chemicals in your body by rubbing the palm of your hands together. Number 7, smile. And smile from the mouth to the eyes, right round your whole body. And then just noticing in your body what you notice as your body changes physiologically in response to that smile. Number 8, because you're a beautiful human being, you're going to wish them well. You're going to wish them well, maybe by a loving kindness meditation, also loving kindness for yourself, and either waving them on, letting them go, or holding the whole situation lightly, knowing that it may still change in the future. And then number 9, deeply appreciating yourself for doing such an awesome job of making this choice, 1, being aware, then making the choice, and then breaking this pattern. It's going to be so good for your health. It's going to be so good for the environment you're in and the people you're relating to. And it was never about you, and it was never true. Whatever unkindness came in, it was never yours to hold. So I hope that's been really useful. It's been an amazing pattern for me to use and to create. And as I say, I've woven together a number of different tools. Do let me know if you want to get in touch. You can get in touch with me through my website at mbrainingforsuccess.com, or you can find a local trainer or coach at mbrainingglobal.com, and I'll put those web addresses on the final credit slide. I wish you well. Know that you are worth so much more than those 1 or 2 people who, goodness knows for what reason, have created a story about you that is just a story. It's not true. It's not who you really are, because you're beautiful and you're amazing. And I want you to know that today, and I want you to make a choice to behave from that place. Bless you. God be with you. Suzanne Henwood, Embraining for Success.